definitely in a more perilous position when it comes to that. So he needs to get wins on the board as well if he wants to guarantee that. But I mean, these are two amazing players. We've seen it all throughout the World League. Pan was a player that I thought was underrated, and I still think he's underrated, and maybe his place in the ranking right now doesn't quite show how good he is, but he's got 3 matches left to play, and if he can put together some stellar performances, he definitely still has a chance.
Agreed. It's definitely doable. I mean, Pan 2-0'd Consus earlier in the league. If you want to talk about the skill that Pan does have, when it counts, when it matters, he can perform. So we'll see how he can do up against Lennli. They both, as you saw there, have the same amount of matches played, but Lennli much farther up on that leaderboard as we've seen and talked about so far. So we'll get straight in and we'll see what happens here. Pan up against Lennli, round 1 moving.
And I think a big part of the reason why Lennli is higher up in the world ranking than Pan right now is because Lennli's a little bit stronger when it comes to the moving mode, which is, of course, played first in every single match. Pan has won just 11 moving games out of 35, whereas Lennli has won, I believe, 19 out of 35. So that's a pretty serious difference. And, you know, in a best of 3, when you play moving first, and when you don't even play an MPZ, if you don't get there, if it's not 1-1 when you get there, being good at moving absolutely pays off.
Yeah, it definitely does. And Lennli, just as you're talking about him, starts off with a really nice guess on the round 1, deals almost 1,000 points of damage to start us off.
And again, every point here, every game is critical for both these players, but Pan in particular, who is hanging on the edge and absolutely needs to win some games.
Yeah, definitely does. Pan also, I realized, I think is our youngest player in the World League. Fun fact.
Does he know his bus stops? We have a Swedish bus stop. I want to say it's Gävleborg, but it might be Dalarna. He has clicked Gävleborg, so I'm thinking he may have it right here.
Wow.
It's hard to remember sometimes which ones are which, because a lot of the red Swedish bus stops look quite similar. But I think I like Pan's guess here. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great guess from Pan. Comeback after the round 1. Now deals 1,300 points of damage. Pan takes the lead.
If he could win this moving game, this would be massive for his confidence going into the no move. Round 3. Looks like we have Fort St. James, it says. I feel like I've heard of that. I think it's in northern Canada. I can't place it right now, but it looks like neither player has decided to zoom in. Lennli may be giving it a look.
Yeah, looks like he's giving it a little scan here. But
we
Pan,
can't see what
around.
he sees.
True.
But Fort St. James, again, he sees that. I don't remember off the top of my head where it is, but Lennli, it looks like he's having some trouble finding it. Pan's moving, but he's not finding anything, so I think he's just going to have to vibe guess this as well. He's got Fort St. John. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Lennli's found it. Pan's making a region guess, I would assume, here. Didn't find any more information. Timer runs out.
Same guess, though, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty similar guesses, but Pan keeps his lead there, does a little bit more damage. Lennli grabs a sip of the water, locks in. Round 4.
Wow. Okay. Italy, we've got interesting landscape with these rock walls and insta-sending in Puglia, which I think makes sense. You got a ton of rock walls down in the southeast in the sort of boot heel area of Italy. So both players seeing that. I think Lennli's scanning for the road. He's got 3 seconds to do it, but looks like he won't find it.
It definitely is still worth scanning there to maybe find it at the last second.
No way.
Yeah, they make the same guess. Yeah, are you going to wave? Come on, guys. No, this game means too much to them.
They're too locked in for such things as waving.
I guess, sadly. It's okay. Round 5. We're in, we're off. Little South Africa action by the looks of it here. Got some left drive, jump 4.
Yeah, Lennli's average moving score in South Africa is over 4,800. Very impressive. Don't know how large the sample size is for that, but he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
And he's
like
going
a
good deal more north at the moment than Pan is.
I think I might like Pan's guess a little bit more here. He locks it in. This kind of feels like that green, sort of close to coastal area to me. But Lennli's guess not too bad either.
Yeah, he's by the coast. It's just a very different part of coast. I don't know who's right here, but this could be big.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's Pan. Oh my, 3 times multi too.
Gonna win it.
That's gonna win him the game.
That is so big for Pan. Again, we said his weakest mode is moving. He'd only won 11 out of 35 coming into this match. That is massive for him. If he can win the no move and get a 3-0, he's going to be right back in the mix for that EMEA qualification spot.
Wow, let's see if he can do it. And against Lennli of all people at that, we'll see. We're going to no move now. No more moving up and down the road. Let's see how they fare. Lennli waves at the start of the... Okay, Pan waves back.
There you go.
Wave to start off the no move.
I'll accept that as atonement for the previous infraction.
We can accept that. Alright, Puerto Rico here, round 1. Not a lot to go off of in terms of where in Puerto Rico you're going to be at here, but they're both just kind of going to make hedges. Lennli's going to be a little bit closer on the round 1. 4. Quick little 4 points of damage. We go to round 2.
Yep, not too much to speak of there. We'll see if this round is a bit more interesting. Looks like a Bangladesh here. This can be a tricky country to region guess, but has been studied pretty extensively, so see what they make of it. I mean, a big clue in Bangladesh is the season of the coverage, and the way to tell the season and sort of relatively equatorial country like this is to look at the rice. The rice might be growing, it might be already grown, it might be, well, you can look at the rice, and a lot of the coverage was taken in different seasons in different places, so that can help you narrow it down. That among several other things.
Rice meta. Rice meta goes hard. Learn your rice, chat.
They're both sending right in the middle, which is never a terrible idea. Does end up being northeast.
22. We're getting some good damage numbers here. Got a 4, and then a 2-2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Round 3.
My guess is our damage number is going to be a little bit higher on this one, but
I agree.
I guess that we're in Brazil here, somewhere possibly northeast, is my thought. Yeah,
I like that. This is where I slam Ciara and go next, and it's actually Bahia.
They are both pretty much in the same place here, as far as I can tell. Lennli might be a little more north.
Yeah, but they're quite close. Yeah.
Wow, what a guess.
That's a really nice guess there. Lennli deals some serious damage. It's 892 now. Pan, 5100 health. Alright, round 4 here. 2.5 times multi. Ooh.
Oh, Inverclyde. Wait, Inverclyde, that's a council area in Scotland, Western Scotland. I think it's like west of Glasgow, if I remember correctly.
Pan is an Inverness. I think he's just seeing kind of the similarity in the words there, but...
Yeah. Inver this, Inver that. Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
The Clyde is the river that goes through Glasgow, so Inverclyde, yeah, it's west of... Lennli sees Clydebank. Yeah, he's on the Clyde. I think he's onto something here.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's going to be close here. Or I think he might actually get the 5k.
Oh. 2.5 times damage. This is going to be some points.
Yeah, definitely will be a few. Pan sticking with Inverness for now. But Lennli, I believe, is right on it here. He should have 5k.
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, Pan actually switched.
Oh, Pan did last second. Switch to the center. That saves him some points.
I don't know if it was a case of I'm just going to click middle and hedge, or if it was, wait, I think it's down here, but he didn't have time to, like, actually get his pin all the way over there. I'm not sure. But either way, Lennli dominant so far in this no-move game, but Pan, of course, still in it.
Yeah, an amazing 5K from Lennli. Really nice stuff. Let's see round 5 here. I can't finish this cast and not mention Pan's solo leveling profile picture there on his pin. Anyone in the chat? No. The Sung Jinwoo profile pic. What a guess.
16 kilometers away in rural India. And Lennli was only unreal. 84. I mean, if Lennli had made a bad guess, he could have lost there, but they were both so close. Wow. Australia here. Hard to say where. I suppose my first thought was Western with the red soil, but I'm not too sure. And looks like the players aren't either.
This is a kind of a tough one, honestly.
I mean, in Western Australia, you often get yellow signposts, which we don't see here, but there are only a couple signposts, and they're by a railroad, so who knows how reliable they are, but players are opting to go in the east, which, again, with the lack of yellow signposts... Oh, wait, it's white car. Western Australia doesn't have white car, I don't think so. I think it should be more east.
Yeah, they are both east. Yeah. Lennli's in South New South Wales, and Pan's in
more
North New South Wales. It's right in between them.
All of that for a 42.
Yeah. Wow. All right, round 7. 4 times multiplier now. Both players in the green on health, but Lennli definitely with a lead here, about 1,000 points.
Kilmarnock, it says. This is another Scottish place name moment. Kilmarnock is a town in central Scotland. I think it's kind of between Edinburgh and Glasgow. It might be a little bit south. Like, I don't think it's Northern Ireland though. I think it's Scotland. Yeah, Kilmarnock. You see it there on the northwest of Pan's map.
Somebody sub Jake in. He's so ready.
Well, I mean, if you give me place names, I can find stuff. The thing is, yeah, Pan's too far east, so Lennli's not actually that far away.
Wow. It's still 720 points of damage, evens it up a little bit. Lennli's still in the lead, though.
Yeah, it was a nice region guess from Pan, but he didn't seem to see the written info there. Is this Cambodia, this one? I think so, with the architecture and the palms we see in the distance.
I think so too. Yeah, those houses look much more Cambodian than India. For those watching at home wondering why we might be thinking about India and Cambodia, they have a similar camera quality here that you can see. A bit blurrier. Common. If you're a Google Street View meta user.
Get your guess in. Oh my gosh.
Pan finally last second goes Cambo as well, and he's closer. Oh, look at the relief on Pan's face there. That's 1,200 points of damage.
He had about 1 second when he put his pin down. That was a little too close for comfort there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're fighting for a spot at the regionals. You don't want to lose by not putting your pin down.
Definitely not. Round 9, we're getting close to that round limit here. Again, both players still in the green, but Lennli just about 300 points away from the yellow. We'll see what happens here if Pan can deal some more damage, or if Lennli gonna deal some back to Pan. 40 seconds left to go in Nigeria, and Pan locks it in. Lennli's still kind of looking around, trying to make his region guess.
Ooh, he's a lot more south right now. I'm not sure. I can't quite tell how south or north this is. It's a tough round, but this could be big once again. 5x damage.
But it's right in between them. It's still 1,300 points of damage.
This is round 10. If Pan can make a good guess here, he wins 2-0. And it looks like Spain, which, well, it's not over, but this is probably good for Pan. It's a relatively small country. If he can make a decent region guess, he can win right here.
Let's see, they're both kind of western Spain, Extremadura area. Lennli is going to be closer, but I don't think that's going to deal enough damage. It's not. It's not. With that, Pan takes it on the round limit, winning 2-0 against Lennli. Getting 3 points to that world ranking.
So big for Pan. So big. He needed to win that. And yeah, that's a massive result.